Something like a movie, right? Yeah, I know everybody don't want to talk about it, but look, we gonna talk about it. One thing we gonna talk about it. Eat top. Yeah, do it. We already here.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life and podcast. Back up on the scene, nah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm your host Tony D.
And I'm your host, D to the J, still in the building like I ain't never left. And it feels so good. Shout out to heaven as we celebrate this 1 year anniversary for my sister, man. Shout out, bro.
Man,
You know what it is, man. It's another Won't He Do It Wednesday. I know we gonna be cooking tonight. We got part 2 of the what happens to the education system, man. That was
sir.
it was like that, man. It was like that. We had to put a pin in it just because it was we was rolling on the river. And I ain't talking
Hey,
about the one Tina sang about. So
indeed.
yeah, man, what's going on? What you talk to me?
Man, it's another one to do it Wednesday. Here we are. Just want to give a quick shout out, man. Hey, people dealing with a lot out here. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the reason. You feel
Yeah.
me? Do not be the reason that somebody gives up, loses hope, loses faith. Um, cause trust me, man, between workplaces, personal relationships, personal stances, yo, it's getting crazy out here. Love on one another, man. The way things are going, hey, you remember I always say community is what? Common unity between you and
You and
I.
I.
We gotta start getting
Nice.
some of that common unity because
Yeah.
trust and believe is coming faster than we all think that it is. But other than that, man, hey, football season is crazy right now. Like there's a lot going on. There's some teams that's emerging, going back and forth. I
So
actually stayed up last night, bro. You're gonna be proud of me. I watched both kickoff basketball games last night.
oh yeah.
So
But now you watching it after the most exciting league, which is the W. The WNBA is way more exciting. And
I see
you
that.
know,
I was waiting for
one,
you to
one,
shout it out.
once again, you know, anybody that has seen who won that title, I talked about it in season 1, who was a bad Mama Jamma, and now she's on
Right.
4 MVPs, 3 titles, season MVP, scoring title, defensive player of the year, MVP finals, and another chip. So it's just
And
absolute
all that
insanity.
and most of that in the same season.
No, all of that was in the same season. She's the first player this year. She, like I said, she got
I
season
mean, she could be
MVP.
a two-time in the same season. That's why I said most.
No, her back to back. That was for defensive player. But how you doing it on both sides of the rock, which is insane.
Yeah,
So you
big
got
facts, man.
the best defensive player in the league that also is the most efficient in terms of points. So crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of new stuff, man. I'm thankful we was finally able to get dude where he needed to be. And from what I'm hearing, we finally able to get my man's from Macon and travel to, I guess, Honolulu and everywhere else. We got an outstanding show that's gonna cap what we talked about 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited,
Sure.
man. So let's
I'm
do what we
excited.
do, bro. Whether it's disclosures, man, let's get
Yeah.
it off of it. I'm ready.
Yeah. I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
Check out the videos on social media, man, because hey, we've been talking to him, rapping with him, you know what I'm saying? So we finally got this cracking. So you know what I'm about to do. I'm
let's
about to
get
make
it.
it what it do. You hear me?
The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life and podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself.
Have you ever been in a situation and needed to be a little bit of emotional but just couldn't seem to tap in? Possibly needed to back your way out of a lie and show them that you're telling the truth by crying? Well, have no fears. Cry No More is here, made from real baby tears. The organic, all-natural substance you'll take once a day, and it'll produce tears on the spot. It'll get those tear ducts flowing. May cause side effects including internal bleeding, diarrhea, hemorrhaging of the belly button, eyelash removal, hair removal, back fat removal, toes falling off, and also bad breath. Cry no more. Real organic tears. Never be stranded again.
Yo, what up, lifers? It's your boy Tony D. You know, from the Life to Life podcast. Get ready to prep for the show. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The party begins. Do you have clean and original music? There go the email. Shoot it in to us. Do you have a story that you want to tell or you want to hear us dissect? Go ahead, send that joker in. Birthday shout-outs, anniversary shout-outs. How many times I got to tell you? Send it in. We invite you to come get your finger sticky tonight with the best duo since Wings and Ranch. All you got to do is pull up. We go bring the napkins and the conversation. By the way, no toilets are being used or harmed in the recording of this video. Catch us 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
I heard you, man. Y'all heard what he said. Make
Yeah.
sure you tune it in
Send it in.
because the party is about to begin. You hear me? So, man, now that we got that out the way, I know last week we were talking about what happened to the education system, and just so we do not go back and get stuck on those topics, we're actually going to start where we left off. I believe I was speaking about the pay rate of a
Yeah.
lot of our teachers.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
So since that particular show, I did just a little more digging, and I feel like that some of the information that I have found about the pay rate, and why our teachers make so little, because I see some of the qualifications are not the same anymore. Back in the day, you need to be certified and have, a degree. Nowadays, you can get a certificate. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the grade, as long as you can read off a syllabus and keep kids in check somewhat and do a little bit of homework, paperwork, you're good to go.
Right.
I feel like that standard failed. It's kind of like growing up on the West Side, man. There was a Church's Chicken right there on Skinker and Delmore. All while I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying, going there, late late 80s, early 90s. The business ran immaculate. The place was always spotless, clean. People was friendly when you walked in. So probably right around 2010 or 11, I went to that same Church's. It was people outside begging. The parking lot was filthy. You go inside, the store was dirty. Atmosphere wasn't friendly. So what I'm saying is, as we allow the standards to decline, so does the education. So does what our kids are being taught. Like COVID. I believe COVID is one of the worst things that happened to our kids because some people had kindergartners, that have been passed on to first grade that really couldn't count. You know what I'm saying? Know their colors, spell their name. So now here we are in this predicament to our teachers are underpaid. They are understaffed. They're undersupplied because all the stuff that they ask parents to bring, it's like, wait a minute, if each parent is spending $300 or $400 on materials, where is it going? We know there are some students that do not have, but teachers are constantly going into their own pocket. So not only are they not making enough, they're going into their own pocket. Now, as we look at what happened in St. Louis City, so the superintendent was removed from a vote of no confidence, and now she's owed up to $750,000, I believe. Okay, we also talked about Francis Howe, who's now being investigated. That superintendent, didn't work one day, and they owe him $229,000. So where is the taxpayers' money going? Because taxes are steady going up. Personal property taxes steady going up. Sales taxes is going up. So if the bar is steady being raised for my finances, and when you look at the breakdown, so much goes to this school district and goes to education, it goes that. Why is the standard steady failing us, bro?
the standard is steady failing, and the money is going to one source, and it's hard for the tonsils to get that water when the tongue's sucking it all up, bro. What I'm saying, man, the money is starting literally at the top, in my estimation, and it's not trickling down. So you talked about all those, these people are still owed all this money, right? But they were let go. But if they still owe, then that clearly means that there was some type of violation. Something was processed without his due diligence, or y'all still wouldn't be paying nobody, right? That don't make no sense. Free labor. This is not what the version of America's free labor look like. This is the reverse. You supposed to the history books that they're trying to remove, since we're talking about education. The thing that's in these history books speaks to not paying people and causing them to work tired. Now you telling me you gonna send them to the crib, not make them work, and you still gotta pay them? Man, that's how you know. So just kind of piggybacking off of that, bro, the same school districts. It's the same school district. So as we transition into this week, talking about what's happened to the education system with that particular school district, okay. Let's just start with, here you have a father who was just apprehended. He's been processed, if you would, right, for apparently taking his 6-year-old child on the bus, and what they're claiming was like almost like a hit. Used her to attack a older student, a 7-year-old student. And, you know, of course, all the things came down. What kind of parent? Wow, monster.
Exactly.
But since the story first broke, of course, there's always more that's going to continue to roll out. And the more is that this is not the first incident. This was not a father who just decided he was going to take things by the code of the street. No, they tried, from what I've looked into, they tried to do things the right way. They fell on deaf ears. And so, you know, as a parent, once you do all the things that you try to do, get the schools involved, get the teachers involved, get the principals involved, none of that stuff is happening, right? Now, we would love to say, as a parent, I should be able to go to you, parent number 2, and say, yo, I don't know what's really going on. Our kids is having some type of issue. Let's all sit down and come to common terms. We would love to be rational like that. But for all those who haven't seen, there's actually a movie that has its own documentary where that was the case, and this mother of 6 ended up losing her life without ever even having to get that conversation, because she was blown out the frame through the door in just a horrific act, right? So you can't even say, well, why didn't he go to that child's parent? He did everything. And what it appears is, in the last effort of frustration, because my child is coming home crying, scared. You know, school is a place of refuge. It's a place to learn. It's supposed to be fun. We develop our social skills, our motor skills, you know, all these different things. This is where we learn. So when he finally says, you know what, I have to do this, and you're going to have to stand up and defend for yourself. You got to do it. If you don't, they're going to keep picking on you. Bro, you know that story, because you had to finally just get to a point you say, you know what, I ain't running no more. Right.
If you don't fight them, you got to fight me.
Right. Right. And so this is the same school district. The same school district, which is also the same school district for our guest that we had on part 1, right, where this is a area where there was no nurses on staff. They didn't project that they would even have one for this upcoming school year. It made the news. Boom. This is also the same school district who last month allowed a man that was of no relation and was not known to a parent to enter into the school and take this 13-year-old child and check them out of school, take her back to whatever place he would, where luckily the authorities found him before whatever was, you know what I'm saying? Same school district, bro. So I say all that to just say, man, it's really appearing with this school district, and we really look again. I put it out there, and I'm gonna say it again. We would love to hear feedback from the Ferguson Florissant superintendent, school district, whoever that may be. We would love to hear back, because maybe there's something that we're missing, but it appears that there is a serious level of protection, bro, around these teachers. And I'm gonna say this before I pass it back. I wholeheartedly believe that teachers should be paid really the equivalent of a doctor. People will try to say, nah, you tripping, D. I'll give you bars on why I say it. If you say a lawyer, as smart as a lawyer is, bro, how you become a lawyer? What you got to do? Got to go to school. Who at school teaching
Right.
you? Who teaching you? The lunch trays? A teacher's teaching.
Right.
A doctor, your judges, lawyers. So nobody can be this person of power. Nobody can be this person of higher up unless a teacher first did it. So this doctor that you paying all this money to save your life had to learn those life-saving skills from a teacher. So a teacher, well, I'm gonna say that. So I want y'all to understand this ain't no teacher bashing thing, but we got to figure some stuff out. 8:15, bro. I want you to answer this for me and get your thoughts before we. What you want to do?
Before you ask,
okay.
I want a thought that you gave last show to really resonate really quick.
All right.
Because you kind of gave the analogy of, as we was talking about no nurse at the school. So now there's no nurse, which means those tasks were delegated to the front desk.
Everybody has to change position.
Stepping away.
Yep.
That she was stepping away, then someone stepped in that was unqualified.
Yep.
And I feel like that is happening holistically, you know what I'm saying, around our schools, to where if there's no gym person, they're sending a science teacher. Well, if the science teacher doesn't know how to properly shoot a basketball, set your feet, you know what I'm saying, hit a tennis racket, whatever the case may be, now it's doing our kids a misjustice and an injustice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we really think about it. So I want people to really think about that, to where when someone is out of position, kind of like, we both worked at the same place of employment for a little bit, and there had to be a lobby leader. But the thing was,
I thought you were talking about the trap house. Anyway.
We're gonna have to bleep that out.
I got it.
But
this live.
So the thing is that we had a lobby leader there. So that lobby leader, depending on who it was, can only do so many things, because if someone else is signed into that computer, there's only so much they could do, because it took too long to sign that person out, to sign yourself in to try to help this customer. So I really feel like that the system is passing the buck on our kids, man. Either they'll get it or they won't. So I just want people to really think about who's really teaching your kids, who really has control, who really has directional control and directional influence over our kids. So my bad, bro, but I was really thinking about that as you were wrapping up, and I'm like,
no.
That home.
Nah, that's I like that, but and we can stay there real quick, because so much is said in that. So we really realized it towards the end of the show, and it made a lot of sense based on the primary topic that we focused on part one. We had the news clip that showed everything, and everybody was just really crazy. Like, how is it that there's no nurses? How are you comfortable in saying we're not even budgeted? And then when feet get put to the fire, you want to recant. And we talked about how, so because there was no nurse, probably the secretary filled that, because they mentioned they was going to have somebody covered. The secretary was supposed to cover, which now makes more sense how a man of no family relation is able to slip into the school and check out somebody, because the person that they were dealing with in the school didn't know the appropriate procedures. They know normal school stuff, but they weren't the specialists in who was and who wasn't to check out a kid. They was hip to answering the phones. Now we ain't got nobody. So it's just it's that domino effect. And
Yeah.
When you're talking about teaching, there's only two methods. Only two methods of teaching, lifers. That would be you either taught the right way or the wrong way. It's only two ways. And if you're not the right person, because you're just simply standing in the classroom, almost in a babysitting capacity, right? A chaperoning role. That's really what you're doing. You chaperoning.
Yeah.
They're only in this class for an hour and 15 minutes. And the real teacher ain't there.
Right.
What are they getting? They don't come home with homework no more. Kids don't even have homework. We already know they don't know how to write cursive. They don't have homework. They not learning. Teachers barely doing it. Bro, tell me why I be 11:30 midnight and emails is jumping like crickets in the summertime with notifications, because now here it is, they putting in grades. Why are you putting in grades so late?
I feel like if I'm gonna keep it a bean, gotcha. So if I'm gonna keep it a bean for real, I feel like that some of our teachers are massively overworked as well for
True.
the amount of pay that they receive. So I believe a lot of them have side gigs and extra gigs to where it's like I have to go, DoorDash for a couple hours after work. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In order to make ends meet, because then if I can't come to work and I'm constantly missing as a teacher, I'm gonna get replaced anyway. I
Yeah.
feel like that because our kids are no longer a priority, neither are our schools or our teachers. Because again, bro, I sit back and I remember back when I was in grade school, and you would hear of teachers having nice pensions and getting ready to retire and will be okay, and I'm good. I don't have to do anything else. To where
Mm-hmm.
nowadays we have older, more seasoned people who are supposed to be enjoying the
Yeah.
rest of their lives
Yeah.
because they committed 30, 40, sometimes 50 years to an institution. Now I'm on the backside of that, but I still got to go be a greeter at Walmart. And I can't do too much of that because they'll cut my
Then it's
social
gonna come
security
out. Yeah.
because I'm trying to help myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that the priority has been lost. And again, when the priorities are lost, so does the standards. And right now, bro, I really feel like that our standards are low. They're so low too. I remember when we moved from Dalewood into Bell Fountain, our kids were supposed to go to Riverview. Riverview lost their accreditation.
True that.
So our kids were going to Ferguson Florissant, but they said, y'all have to get them and pick them up because we're not supplying buses.
Mm-hmm.
When Riverview got somewhat accreditation back, Ferguson Florissant said, because I reached out because I knew teachers there. I knew administrators because we were active parents.
Yeah.
They said Riverview refused. Now check this out. This is the thing that boggled my mind, bro. And I want to know what your thoughts about this.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say this with my chest here.
Yeah.
So the thing that really boggled my mind is that our kids have been at this school for 2-3 years now. They're transitioning to middle school and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So when we received the letter that our kids cannot enroll that upcoming school year, of course we called in all the favors that we could call in. Bottom line, someone told me
Mm-hmm.
Riverview refuses to pay for them to come here anymore. So my
Mm-hmm.
thought process was like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute, if
Mm-hmm.
they're unaccredited,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, I appreciate the opportunity for my kids to go to Ferguson Florissant for a little bit, but if they're unaccredited, where are they getting the funds to pay another school to teach their kids? But now, here's the kicker. Once those kids left Ferguson Florissant and they came back to Riverview, they were severely ahead to where now
Mm-hmm.
Riverview's curriculum is trying to catch up with where they were.
Yeah.
I'm baffled, bro. Like, so for
It's
all the
systematic.
schools that went to, yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like, what? Hey, somebody got cut off some tap.
It's systematic. It's systematic.
Yeah,
And so
yeah,
you show me a neighborhood that doesn't mirror what we would see at the cookout. You feel me? And you will not see no schools that aren't accredited. And the
Yeah.
reason why this is important is because it's another way in my mind to kind of confine and restrict. So if you go way, way back, grandparents' days, you know, they was really by 9th grade graduating with, you know, certificates to be a licensed plumber or electrician. You know what I'm saying? They working on the railroad. So that's why back in the days, you know, you had grandma, grandpa that could afford their own crib. You know what I'm saying? Do all these things. You could get a good paying job. And so then it came to the point, well, let's make it to where to continue this education, you have to pay for it. Education been free for 12 years from the point that you didn't even know one. You feel me? You didn't even know what, hey, what's first? Huh?
That point.
You didn't even know that. All the way up to where you're passing this testing, and now we're going to charge you. But other countries, that secondary education is free. But here we have this accreditation, and we're putting it in schools in certain areas, and now we're saying that they're unable to keep up or keep pace with the required curriculum for the nation. That don't make sense. That doesn't make sense. So you basically are telling me that my child who does well cannot or could be held accountable for not when they graduate, bro. Colleges won't recognize it from an unaccredited school. Jobs can be like, nah, you ain't that school. I mean, they a school, true indeed, but they wasn't up to standards, which means your education ain't legit. What you see?
So check this out, bro.
Yup.
All right. I know it's nearing that 8:30 mark. I'm getting text. And you know, I normally don't check my phone. So Tappy's text, he's like, "Are we good? What y'all
My
finna do?"
dirty in town, man. Hey.
Right? So you know what?
Hey, I'm a fan of the bro. I'm a fan of the tap. I ain't even gonna hold you.
So let's do this.
Let's get it.
We finna head into break, bro.
Yup.
Go ahead and lead in tap for me, man. Because even though I brought him to you, you did the logistics, man.
Because he check out. Because he check out, man. I really dig tap, man. I'm messing with him. It took a long time to get this dude to the studio. I have never seen. I just, on me, man, I ain't never seen a moment where a 20-30 minute car ride turns into a 3-week ordeal.
Right, layover.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But Hawaii,
man. So,
Honolulu, Texas.
Like I said, when he sent the finished product, he said he the realest fake rapper out, man. I'm gonna have to give it to him, man. I'm seeing the PR, the press releases, all this, man. Hey, you know what? We gonna see. It's the debut, so let's run that break, do what it do, and see what Tap talking about. Tap in with the tap.
Yo, this is Ryan the Gamer, owner of the Snack Boys. You are now tapped into Life Be Life podcast.
They care about team too. Life be life, no cap.
Hey yo, life be lifing, so let's talk about it. Tune in now.
Man, if y'all haven't been tuned in to the Life Be Lifing podcast, y'all sleeping.
Back up on the scene, man.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all ready for it. We've been delaying it. Like he said, what he said, delayed does not mean denied, says the tap. So, bro, y'all ready for this? Hey.
He said delayed, not denied, and then called us some baby boys.
Baby boys.
Man, that dude, I've never seen a dude, man, and he's only like 24, 25 years old. Anyway, man, it's the tap. I got you.
All right, y'all. This is Tapwater Jones' debut single called Skittlebot.
Turn on them faucets, baby boy. You looking at the water. Yeah. Coming straight from the tap. Looking for a Skittlebot. Skill over.